Good morning, everyone. Myself, Ankush Gupta from College Dunya. Today, I have Dr. Jay Prakash Alva, Dean of Father Muller Medical College. Very good morning, sir.
Good morning and thank you for inviting me to the collegedunia.com.
Thank you, sir. So, talking about the college, it is a unit of Father Muller's Charitable Institute, a religious minority educational institution established for the benefit of members of Christian community. Father Muller Charitable Institute have been a pioneer in the field of nursing, medical, and allied health sciences education in Dakshina Kannada district. The NAAC has accredited the college with an A grade, making it the first medical college under Rajiv Gandhi University of Health Sciences to be so accredited. So, sir, you have held many positions, and I would like to ask you, like, what is connected with the educational sector? You can share your professional journey as well.
Let me thank you once again for having invited me to this program. I basically did my MBBS from the Bangalore Medical College and then went on to do a short stint in diploma course in pediatrics at the Kasturba Medical College, Manipal. Later, I changed my specialty from pediatrics to medicine, and I did my post-graduation in general medicine from the Command Hospital Air Force, Bangalore, as a civilian student. Immediately after my post-graduation, I joined the Kempegowda Institute of Medical Sciences as a then designation of lecturer, and then went on to be the assistant professor, and then had a short break from academics, and I went out of the country for about 5 years. In 1999, I landed at Mangalore, my native place, and had a great opportunity to be attached to the Father Muller's Medical College. Since 1999, in between, except for a period of about 3 years, I have been working with Father Muller's Medical College as the Dean of the institution since 2009. I've been here for the last 11 to 12 years. That's briefly my journey into the medical profession and into the into the medical college and the academic component as far as I am concerned.
Thanks a lot, sir, for sharing your journey. I'm sure there are a lot of movements of inspirations. So, can you please share some of your philosophy of leadership and which you can gain from your experience?
So let me just make it apt in the sense that the Father Muller's Charitable Institutions has many an institution under its umbrella. It probably started off with the nursing, and then changed over this one to the homeopathic branch, and then on to the allied health subjects. And the medical profession, I would say a uniqueness of this particular institution is that this is one among the few institutions in the country which started off with a postgraduate program in the year 1991. And subsequently, the management went forward, and then with the initiatives of a number of the former directors, in 1999, the college started the undergraduate program. It was the same year I was back in Mangalore, and I happened to get an opportunity to work with the college. And since then, I have seen this college growing in strength every year for the last nearly 20 years. As far as I am concerned, I really do not know what made me take up with this administrative role at all. Because I started off purely into academics when in 1995, and then I got quite thrilled with the whole thing. With every activity that I took up at the Kempegowda Institute, with the encouragement of some of the principals then, I took it up on a very serious note and then went on, and I was very happy with the academics. But then there were reasons somewhere around 1994. I had to stop academics for my own personal reasons. And then I am back into the academics in 1999. Here I started off when the medical college started, there was a need for many staff, and I opted for this institution when there was an opportunity here.
Okay. Thanks for the detailed answer, sir. So, being the dean of Father Muller College, how do you strategize about the key programs and plans for the marketing and administration of your school?
There are two most important things that I would like to share here. As I told you, my getting into academics was shaped by chance rather than by intention. Somewhere around 1999, when I joined the institution, in no time, because I was eligible, they promoted me, and then I was the head of the department of the medicine for about 4 or 5 years. It was then that I was given an opportunity to head one of the neighboring colleges, and I had moved to one of the neighboring colleges for about 3 years as the dean there. And then in 2009, I was back to the institute, namely Father Muller's Medical College. Now, since then, I have realized there is a need for everything to grow. There's no end to growth, and I see it as an opportunity to guide the growth of the institution in a most appropriate way. Now, I always said that the growth of any institution depends upon a cooperative management. I must place on record the wonderful cooperation, particularly of this institution by the management. And at the end of every day, I do analyze, have I achieved anything for the growth of this institution? It's been such a wonderful journey that we have seen a phenomenal change as far as this institution is concerned. Right now, I would say this institution, from the day that I joined till now, except for about 5 to 10% of its old structure, everything is new. In this context, I would again like to place that the growth has been a very planned growth. And then, as in a medical college, we started off with an intake of about 100 in the year 1999. Somewhere around 2014 or so, we changed over to an intake of about 150. And the intake of the postgraduate program, we have almost every branch of medicine with a postgraduate program, except probably in emergency medicine, which is also in the pipeline. And the number of opportunities for people to pursue higher studies in this institution, we have now about 101 seats in the broad specialties, and we have about 5 seats in the super specialties. One of the things that I am looking forward is to start as many super specialties, and I hope in the coming years this institution will be moving towards in that direction. We are doing the necessary groundwork for the same. Always when we start a super specialty program, the necessary infrastructure, the necessary manpower, the necessary patient load for such a thing should be there as far as an institution is concerned. And we are working towards that in a very planned manner, and I'm sure in the coming years the institution will grow to greater heights.
Sure, sir, and I wish you all the luck for that. So, sir, like you already know that education system in India and other foreign countries are structured differently. So, in your experience, what can an inbound student gain from studying here in your college?
We particularly give stress to the fact that the Indian scenario is most important. Not that what is happening out of the country is of not significance. We do stress even now on community-based education to a significant extent. Now, in our institution, in the last several years, we have taken up many places around the city of Mangalore in the rural regions. We started a small setup at about 15-20 kilometers from Mangalore. And then in the last 5 years, now this small setup has grown up into another center acting as our rural center with about 100 to 150 beds, with all the broad specialties serving the community at their doorsteps. And from there, we have further gone into the rural community by setting up several sub-centers. And this enables us to reach the people at every nook and corner of the villages around that region. And it has been a wonderful journey in that at the end of the day, when one looks back at what has been planned, it has been a wonderful achievement as far as this institution is concerned. Subsequently, now about 2 or 3 years back, we have now again taken up another project at around say 15 kilometers again from Mangalore, a small place where we had one of the well-wishers contributing his mite too in the initiating a process. And we have now set up again another rural center, which is doing extremely well. In the last 2 or 3 years, we now see almost to the tune of about 100 to 200 patients, depending upon the season. And we are gradually increasing the facility for all the amenities in that setup too. Now, this is as far as the rural services of this institution. In addition, there are a number of other activities that are going on from this institution, particularly to the community in and around Mangalore. More importantly, as far as the institution is concerned, as I told you, I have a very cooperative management, and we have done many changes within the institution. And the most unique thing that I would like to stress as far as the Father Muller's Medical College is concerned is that we have started a skill and simulation center. I am not here to sit and boast about what we have, but I am indeed happy and indeed very proud of this particular simulation center, which has taken so many activities. And we are trying to integrate the skill and simulation modules into the curriculum of the medical education. With this, we are able to train many of our students with many of the basic things which are not possible these days because of the changing trend. And this simulation center has now got its accreditation from the American Heart Association for conducting many of the programs. And right now, we are trying to help starting from the teaching fraternity to the students, and we are even supporting our helping hands, namely the nursing people and all the other helping hands of the institution in the best possible manner, training them through the simulation center. And I, for one, say, my talk may not be suffice to tell you how interesting and how useful this particular simulation center is. And I now see the university itself taking it up in a very huge scale. And I hope all the institutions have such centers. And as I said, I for one, I'm extremely happy with the progress of this particular thing.
Yeah. Thanks a lot, sir, for sharing your passion and vision of the university. Definitely, it's a tough road, but I can see that step by step, your university is growing. So, sir, as you were talking about the rural area, so any insight into how your university could be more welcoming to students at different races or economic backgrounds?
I think I must share with you the first fact is that we are not an university. We are an affiliated college of the Rajiv Gandhi University of Health Sciences, which is the health university in Karnataka. Okay, that's the first message. As an affiliated institution, there's a little constraint as far as the curriculum is concerned in this institution. We have to follow the curriculum that is laid by the university. But there is still an element of flexibility that has been allowed. And with that in mind, we have done many things as far as our institution is concerned. We have added many additional training programs for our students, like laboratory medicine, like transfusion medicine, which is going on in many other institutions, but this is not there included as part and parcel of the regular program in terms of the posting, which we have introduced in our this one. And as I told you a little earlier, that skill and simulation forms one of the crux of the training program as far as this institution is concerned. And having introduced that, we are now ensuring that all our MBBS students, before they start their internship, are exposed to the basic life support system certified program. And our postgraduates not only do the BLS program, they do the advanced so-called ACLS program also, which is certified, and it's certified for about 3 years time. And then they have to recertify them at the end of every 3 years. These are some of the things that have been allowed. As I told you, flexibility has a little constraint because we are an affiliated college to the universities. But at the same time, every suggestion that is required for the changes in the university has been proposed, and whatever things that they have brought up in terms of the student benefits have been implemented in this institution. We indeed have recently our university started a program called as the Jiva Raksha program. I think you might have heard about this, a wonderful initiative by our university now, which is given to all the interns. Now they have started it at the level of the medical colleges, but in due course of time, they plan to extend it to the nursing fraternity and the physiotherapy fraternity too. Now, this is a comprehensive emergency care and life support course that has been initiated by the university. And why I'm mentioning about this particular thing is that we have been recognized as one of the centers for training different people into this aspect. And we have a wonderful team which is already ready to take up this opportunity that has been given to us. And every intern will go through some of the basic things that are required for their own care and that of the patient in terms of patient benefit, particularly dealing with some of the cardiac emergencies, trauma situation, poisoning cases, neonatal problems, maternity problems, surgical emergencies, and then some of the basic skills that are required to the intern. Now, we have noticed that for the first time when it was introduced, that these two interns who have gone through this have benefited phenomenally. And I think the initiation that has been taken up by the university and wherein we are recognized now is giving us a lot of help to train our own interns into better doctors, molding them into better doctors in the coming days.
Yeah. Thanks for the detailed answer, sir. So, sir, without taking much of your time, just one more question: that any suggestion you would like to give to the current youth and the aspiring students?
I always keep wondering how. I always keep telling people again and again, we are in a totally different world. As far as the growth of our present generation of students, I do not know whether I am lucky or unlucky, but I have seen with the changing trend from the good old, where families used to joint families concept to that of the nuclear family, and particularly with most of the parents having 1 or 2 kids, the children are pampered to a great extent by the parents. Now, the pampering that has been inculcated into the children gives us a lot of difficulties in our colleges, because in a college setup where they move off from their parents, they expect the same type of treatment to be given. Though this is an institution which gives all the attention to the basic necessities of the students in a large way, with all the amenities to the best of the possibility, I do not know whether I can please all the 1,500 students who are here in the campus all the time. But I would only say that the concept, particularly among the youth, needs to be little more in terms of having a better and a broader outlook as far as the life is concerned. They should start learning how to live independently, how to face the opportunities that have been given to them, and then should utilize them to the best possible extent in the most appropriate way. That's what I tend to express my feeling in that particular direction. Now, as far as the medical profession is concerned, all these days we were only centering our interest towards this main stakeholder, namely the patients who come to our institution. But in the present world, every growing doctor needs to have a better outlook apart from the patient care into research, and then research should be taken up by the newer generation in a very big way. As far as our institution is concerned, after discussing with all the concerned people, now we have set up a research center which is growing with many amenities, many MOUs with many other institutions in and around Mangalore and also outside Mangalore. We even have MOUs with some of the foreign universities, and we are trying to improve the opportunities for research in a huge way. In fact, the college now has budgeted nearly 1 crore towards the research activities of the different institutions under the Father Muller's Charitable Institution. And I hope with the present initiatives that have been taken, we will see many research activities being taken up in our institution. And the institution will be put in the limelight because of its achievement. I would also like to say a few things about the institution before I conclude. As mentioned by you a little earlier, we are the first institutions under the university to be NAC accredited. We are the only institutions under the Rajiv Gandhi University of Health Sciences to have accreditation by NAC, by the NABH, and by the NABL, which is an unique achievement, and we are indeed proud of this achievement. As I always keep saying, we have initiated, but to continue to keep it up is a huge task, and we are working towards that in the most appropriate way with the good teams that have been lined up to take care of the necessary things.
Thank you. Thanks a lot for such a great interview, sir. And it was really an enlightening interview for me. I got to know a lot of things, and I'm pretty sure our audience will get to know a lot of things from this interview. Thanks a lot, sir, for taking out time and sharing your views on the institute.
Thanks a lot for giving me an opportunity to be in this particular program.